Late nights with Pure Coys. Oh yeah. Late nights with Pure Coys. Late nights with Pure Coys. Oh yeah. Late nights with Pure Coys. Late nights with Pure Coys. Oh yeah.
Yes, guys. Yes, guys. Yes, guys. I got a bit of feedback early doors, which isn't good. How are you all doing? I hope you're well. Happy Saturday night to each and every one of you. Guys, let me know in the comments. How's your day been? What have you been up to? And yeah, let's talk some football. Before I do, guys, as you come in, please do me the absolute honor of liking and subscribing to the channel if you're new here. But always press that like button. It is so important. I'm not going to go on about it tonight. I've decided it's Saturday night. I'm going to have a beer and I'm going to talk football with you guys. Let me know what you're drinking. I have a Madri, a rather large one as well. That's what she said. So a Madri for me, guys. What are you drinking? And before we get into the football, I have to make an announcement. I have to say a massive, massive, massive congratulations to my good friend Dan, the Spurs Dan list. Him and his beautiful, lovely lady had a little girl. I think it was yesterday at some point. Um, but yeah, as far as I'm aware, everyone doing great. But massive congratulations to Dan. I know he is really proud, and I'm really proud as well. Weirdly, nothing to do with it, but it was so nice to hear from him yesterday, and so nice when he told me the news. So massive congratulations to Dan and his lady for the birth of their little girl. Let's get into football, guys. It is Saturday night. Like I say, I am drinking a Madri. Terrible head. I'd be absolute rubbish in a pub, wouldn't I? Wouldn't last 2 minutes behind the bar. Spurs back in action tomorrow. Aston Villa is so good to our football back, isn't it? These last 2 weeks have been so boring. Um, as a content creator, I guess I can call myself that now. And just as a fan, it's just boring. The international break is dull. It's not fun, and it's over. Thank the Lord, it's over. We are back to playing football, and Spurs are back in action tomorrow, and I can't wait for it. It's been too long. What Spurs we're going to get, I don't know. Hopefully, a good Spurs. I am concerned about our home form. Got to be honest. Away from home, I think we're pretty decent. At home, still concerned. But as I said in short, all about positivity. Got to be positive after the last 18 months under the last manager, when Spurs were hard to watch. What I'm seeing now, everything so far is positive. Absolutely, we have things to do to make this team better. But that's an ongoing process. It's not all going to happen overnight. Let's see how it goes. Let's see who's in the chat on this Saturday night. And Adrian's in. Spurs diehards then, evening, Nige, and all good evening to you, Adrian. I hope you're well, mate. And Cookie is in. Good evening, all. Good evening, Cookie. I hope you had a fantastic holiday. Looking forward to doing a watch along with you tomorrow, guys. Tune in tomorrow, 2 o'clock or 1:30 actually on the Two Mark Show. We are doing the watch along of the Spurs Villa game. Hopefully, it will be. It will be a good performance. Chris is in saying, good evening, Nige. I think Odebear will start tomorrow. Seems to be in good form. I'm pretty much in agreement with you, I think. Not sure about good form. He's doing okay for the under 21. Scored 4 goals, I think, didn't he? In 2 games. I think he's the only player, the only option we really have out there at the moment. I agree. I think Odebear starts. And here is my man, Scott M, said, look at this happy clapper we have here. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. I'm just so done with being negative about Tottenham. I think I'm going to be positive until there's nothing to be positive about. And at the moment, for me, there's a lot to be positive about. Like I said to you, in reply to your comment on my short, absolutely, we have lots to do still. You know, there's areas we need to fill, but Listen, it's been a good start to the season. Let's see how we do tomorrow. It could all go tits up. But I'm confident. I'm confident, Scott, that we win tomorrow and it'll be 1 defeat in 11 and we'll have a really good start to the Premier League. But let's see. Let's see. Ed M saying, evening, Nige. Good evening, Ed. Hope you're well, mate. And Mark Pitts is in. Swindon Massive saying, hi, all. I've been in bed all day and there was a crap all on the TV. Listen to the radio. Now you. Good evening, mate. I hope you're well. I hope you're feeling okay. And I hope, yeah, you're not in bed because you're feeling poorly. I hope you're just in bed because you're just in bed. You know, sometimes that's what you need at the weekend. I've been feeling really under the weather this week. I think a bit of stress, a bit of illness, but it's the weekend now, and we've got a beer, so I'm happy. I'm happy. It is literally my last beer in the fridge, but as I said, it's a pretty big can, so it should last me. It should last me. Rodney saying, good evening, Nige. Good evening, Rodney. I hope you're well, buddy. I hope you're well. Mark Pitt saying, I love watching England play. Oh, I can't stand it, mate. Cannot stand it. It's mind numbing watching England play. It doesn't help. I know Spence played. He had a really good first half actually in one of the games, maybe in both of them. But yeah, when you haven't got Spurs players playing so much, it's not as exciting to watch for me. I used to enjoy watching it when we had Kane and we had Dele Alli, even Eric Dyer, and we had just Spurs players in the England side. Now, nah, bores me. Bores me silly. Binny Guy, big up, mate. Just like us last season, Forest didn't take long to realise that they cannot play attractive football with bang average players and just a few good enough players. You need to build all positions. I just think it was a crazy, crazy appointment. Forest were not set up for Ange Ball, if we want to call it that, were they? It was, in a way, I feel for Ange a little bit, just a little bit, because what was he expected to do? He's brought in a couple of games into the season. His way of playing is so different to any other manager that it would have taken a summer to get his ideas into the players. And the players that he had were built for counter-attacking football. I think it was a car crash waiting to happen. So I feel a bit for him, but I don't feel for Forest at all because unlucky. That's what happens when you don't give us Morgan Gibbs White, and Morgan Gibbs White has been bloody awful apparently for Forest this season. Probably because he wanted to be in a Spurs shirt, but what can you do? Mark Pitt saying, let's hope we get new players in January. I think we will. We will talk about the fans forum in a minute because I thought it was interesting. Lang, I'll talk about it now quickly. Lang for me, you know what? I don't know if any of you guys watched it. I thought they all come across really well. I actually thought Lang come across pretty well as well. I'm very much Lang out, but thought he'd come across well. He's got a lot to prove to me before I'm like, okay, I'm on board with him. But I thought he'd come across well. But he did kind of say that January, yeah, probably not too much going to happen. Is that just a smoke screen? Probably, hopefully. Um, but yeah, I don't know if you guys watched it. It was an interesting watch. And I thought Vinay comes across really well. He looks just really casual and laid back, doesn't he? I like him. And wasn't it nice seeing it? A fans forum without Daniel Levy there. So good to watch. Lisa saying, even a Nige, got my wine and a kebab, and I'm watching you. Perfect. Hope you and the chat are good. Big up, Lisa. Hope you're well. I have my beer. No kebab though, which is disappointing. But hey, it is what it is. Mr. Daigle's in the house. Good evening, mate. I hope you're well. Says good evening in the chat, and my brother Nige. Hope you are all well. 3 points tomorrow and a real statement performance at home. Come on, you Spurs. Thomas, Frank. I agree. I am worried about our home form. Got to be honest. I am worried about our home form. Don't think we've been great at home so far this season, but there's time. There is plenty of time to pick up. It's going to take a while from Frank to get his ideas across. I think we are definitely better away from home at the moment. Maybe the pressure's off a little bit away. Maybe teams don't sit in as much of a low block. And that's why I think tomorrow might be quite interesting because Villa, I don't think will sit in a low block. I think they will try to play against us. So I think there'll be spaces, and it's going to be interesting to see what Spurs can do. I'm really interested to see what Frank does in those forward areas, whether he plays with Richarlison, whether Moani gets a start. I don't think he does. Whether Tell starts up front. Let me know in the comments, guys. Who do you think starts up front? Will it be Tell, Richarlison, or will it be Kolo Moani? I'm guessing we all think it will be Kudus and Odebell right and left. And hopefully Xavi in the 10. But we just don't know. And this is the thing. This is what I love about Frank. You just don't know where and who he's going to play. Because under Ange, last match, you pretty much knew the 11, you knew the system. Frank, you're not quite sure. You kind of know the formation, but where the players play, we don't know. Kudus will be out on the right for sure, but will Xavi be in the 10? Will he be off the left? I hope he's in the 10. I want to see him in the 10. The couple of performances he's played in that 10, he's looked decent, starting to get a feel for the game now and starting to get a feel for the Premier League. So I'm looking forward to seeing Xavi Simons in the 10. I will not be happy if he's stuck out on the left tomorrow. So let's see what happens. Shorts 81 saying, evening, Nige. I hope you're on the mend, fella. I am a lot better now, mate. Thank you so much. Yeah, a lot better now. And Andrew, big up, Andrew, saying, evening, Nige. Hope you're feeling better, mate. I am, buddy. Feeling a lot better. Thank you. Yeah, weird 24-hour thing, but I've kind of felt under the weather all week. I couldn't put my finger on whether it is being stressed out or being under the weather, and it kind of hit me Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening. Yeah, it is what it is. But I am so much better now. Thank you. And Mark Pitt saying, sorry to hear you're unwell. Hope you're better soon, mate. With a very nice cold beer on a Saturday night. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Love a cold beer on a Saturday night. Well, any night really, but I'm not a big drinker, to be honest. Pint every now and again. It's about my limit, but I do like a beer. And short saying, Gibbs, nah, I'm all right. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? The way he's playing at the moment, you probably wouldn't take him, but I do still think he's a decent player. I think if he was at Spurs, we'd be seeing a lot better Gibbs White than we're seeing at Forest. Billy saying there was a part where Paratici overstepped and Lange leaving him in his shadow. Paratici is in more. I think he's in more control. I think Lange will be more of the youth setup. And I think transfer wise, I think it will be Paratici driving it. Obviously, Lange will have some sort of impact, but Thomas Frank has already come out. I know we heard it under Ange as well, didn't we? That Frank has come out and said, I get the final decisions. And I hate it when managers say that because it puts pressure on them. Because as soon as we get a player wrong, the next signing we bring in, if he's a dud, fans are going to turn on Frank. So I think maybe he should have kept his powder dry there. But he said it now. So any signing we make is on Frank, and the fans will hold him to account. But hopefully all the signings we make are going to be fantastic. Barbaric is in the house, and good evening, Nige, you young whippersnapper. Smash a like and sub, people. It really does help. Absolutely. If you're new here, smash a sub. It really does help. Really slow growth over the last month or so. But it is what it is. I think everyone on YouTube is struggling a little bit for growth at the moment. It kind of is a thing. And with these international breaks as well, really doesn't help. But those likes are massively important. Said I wasn't going to go on about it, so I'm not. But if we can get close to 50 likes tonight or over the next day or so, that would be fantastic. Andrew saying we've got our Tottenham back. We absolutely have. The quad is on, mate. The quad is on. I know Scott. I know Scott thinks we're going to win the quad. I'm really confident that he believes it. Maybe not. Ed M saying, I've been watching the under-20 World Cup. The football video support instead of the VAR works so much better. VAR is a massive problem, isn't it? A massive, massive problem. It really is. It's ruined football for me. I just think football's now. I mean, I know I'm talking about it. I've got my own YouTube channel regarding Spurs and football, but football's crap now, isn't it? It's not the same as it used to be. And I know I sound like an old man when I say that, and I am an old man, but football's not the same. It really isn't. doesn't have that same passion anymore. Everything stop start. It's just it is what it is. Hopefully they'll sort out a system that works better over the next 3 to 4 years, and we get some sort of sport back again. Andrew saying, "It's gonna be a battle in the midfield tomorrow." Absolutely is. I think you know what? I think this is where it's won and lost tomorrow. For me, I think Palhinha has to start. I think Bentancur has to start. And then like I said, I'd start Xavi in the 10 and see how we go. But Villa's midfield is strong, isn't it? They have a strong midfield. I know McGinn's in. I'm trying to think who else they got. I can see him, but I can't picture him. I can't say his name right now. But Villa have got a strong midfield, and it's going to be a really tough game. Let's have a look at the Villa midfield a sec, just to see. I'm sure by the time you've done it, you guys are going to fill me in on the Villa midfield. But I'm looking at the Villa midfield. Douglas Luiz don't play for him anymore. Um, yeah, I mean, it's pretty strong, isn't it? They have a strong midfield. There is no doubt about that. Midfield, Barkley's injured, McGinn, Tielemans injured, Harvey Elliott not really been getting a lot of game time. Buendia, he's the one who's come in from the cold really and is really impressing. Um, Aloba's a youngster, Anana's injured, Kamara, I really like Kamara. So they have got a good midfield. Is this Jimo Aloba? Is he the one that's like impressing? I think he is, isn't he? The one that's really impressing everyone at the moment. They have a strong, hard working midfield. I think it's going to be a really tough game for Spurs. We have to get control in that midfield. But this is why we bought Paulinho, right? This is why we bought him in. He's going to be the one to help control that midfield. And hopefully, Bentancur will have a good game. For me, I like Bentancur, but he is very hit and miss. He's either really good or he goes missing. So for me, we need him to step up tomorrow. Bentancur needs a good game. Paulinho, we know will have a good game. And then Xavi Simons in that 10, knitting those through balls through and hopefully making some magic happen. Wouldn't it be nice to see Xavi Simons score his first Spurs goal tomorrow after Kudus scored in the last game? Scott F said they're all so bad, it's hard to care who plays. I know you're talking about those forward areas. Yeah, you're right. They are. It's hard to disagree. I mean, I'm not gonna talk about Mawani because I haven't seen him. So it's impossible to say. It's impossible to say with Mawani. I saw him for Frankfurt. He looked really good. Since then, PSG, been in and out. Did okay at Juve. Is he the answer for Spurs this season? Don't know. Hopefully he scores some goals, but any player who isn't going to stay at the club, for me, I can't get an affection with. So hopefully he just comes in, scores some goals when he goes next season. We can bring some players in that do the business. But agree, Tal's not good enough for me, and nor is Richarlison, who's awful. Brian saying Tal will start up front because he can't play on Wednesday. Well, Mawani to get minutes in the second half. Richie on the bench, but not brought on. Possible already. Yeah, yeah. I didn't think about Wednesday yet. You're absolutely right. I think with Tal being out of the Champions League squad, I think there's a good chance Tal will start. Richie will probably be left on the bench, saving him for Wednesday. We are saving Richarlison for the Champions League. That is how far we've come. Remember when we used to have really good strikers at Spurs? Those were the days, weren't they? Those were the days. One day we will get some good strikers back again. Brian saying Tell will score again tomorrow. I would love that. I would love it. You know what? I would love him to answer us all and say, bag a hat trick tomorrow and be like, I told you guys, I'm decent, and none of you believe me. Um, and I'll be the first to admit, didn't believe that you're any good, Tell. He needs to score goals. He needs to start turning up and doing the business. But we have got to remember, he is only 20 still. And it's not his fault. It really isn't. It's not his fault we spent that money on him. You know, it really isn't. We can blame him for being not the player we want. Um, but he wasn't the one who spent the money. It was Spurs who did that. So hopefully he scores again tomorrow. Because if he's scoring, we're winning. So I'm happy. Andrew saying George Abbott on loan at Wickham faces lengthy layoff. Does he? What happened? Let me know. Haven't seen anything. I've been watching YouTube most of the night, so I haven't seen anything regarding injuries. Let me know what he did, Andrew, please, if you get the chance. Brian said, I will still take Morgan Gibbs White in a heartbeat. Forrest are a mess and he doesn't want to be there. He's still the perfect eight that what we are truly missing. Absolutely bang on, mate. I agree 100%. For whatever reason, his head was turned by obviously Spurs. He really didn't want to be at Forest. We all knew it. We all knew that he was being held against his will. And listen, it is what it is. He's there. He's not performing, which is a concern. You know, you would think that players would be more professional and put in performances, but it must be difficult. He's got a lot going on in his private life as well with his girlfriend, and I think she's pregnant, isn't she? And they're having a difficult pregnancy. So he's got a lot going on, you know. So I don't blame the guy for playing poorly. He's playing under an Ange system, and I would still love him in a Spurs shirt. I think he'd be fantastic for Tottenham. And Paul G said, evening, Nigel and chat. Good evening, Paul. I hope you're well, mate. I hope you are well. And Short said that Xavi got to play centrally, allowing Kudus and Odegaard to stretch the game, creating more space and control the game offensively. I agree, mate. I agree. I think when he plays out left, it gets too condensed because even though he's playing out left, he still likes to come in. And I think Xavi and Kudus work really well together. What I saw against Leeds, some of the work they did, I really liked it. I think Kudus and Xavi together could really unlock doors. And I see Kudus having a fantastic game tomorrow, by the way. And I know I'm being positive, Scott, but I really do. I think that goal will do him the world of good. I think we're going to see Kudus shooting a lot more. Watch his space. Wouldn't surprise me if Kudus scored tomorrow. Really wouldn't. Mark saying this will make you West Country boys should drink the cider. Oh, I love a cider. I love a cider, but it gives me acid reflux. So yeah, I don't mind a cider, but not too many. Short said Rogers. Yeah, doesn't Rogers play like more forward? Isn't he like? Doesn't he usually play off a wide off the left, or maybe as a 10, a bit like Xavi, I guess. But I was thinking of Kamara. That was the one I was thinking of, and the youngster who's come in doing really well as well. Scott M saying their midfield should boss us, and if healthy, their attack will cause us problems. Absolutely. I mean, you know, Villa are a decent side. Villa are an absolute decent side. I did a video with Scott from Holt End Talks, and he was talking about Villa, and you know, they are decent. They've had a dodgy start to the season, but you got to remember, like he said, they lost four first team players in the summer. I'm going to try and remember them. I bet I can. Rashford was one. Liam Bailey went. There's two more, and they've gone totally out of my head already. But yeah, Villa losing four first team players, and they haven't really had a chance to replace them because the PSR problems. They brought in Gusand, who's again, he's a young player like Tao, very hit and miss. You know, he looks decent at times, but it's going to take him a while to settle. Harvey Elliott apparently hasn't. It's not that he's not settled, but Unai Emery not sure about whether he's going to fit into his tactics. And you know, it's all a bit of a mess at the moment at Villa, but they have just won four in a row. Two Europa League wins and two league wins. So they're picking up form, and it's going to be a difficult game, Scott. There's no doubt about it. It will be a tough game, but we have to fancy this at home, even though the last five at White Hart Lane, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Villa have won three of them. It is going to be a tough game. There's no doubt about it. And I'm hoping Ollie Watkins plays because I want us to beat the strongest Villa side. But I know that Watkins likes a goal against Spurs, especially at Tottenham. So let's see. Let's see what happens. Billy saying, big up my brother, Brian Daigle. Looks Maranakis is doing a Levy special. Defensive Nuno to offensive Ange, back to defensive Dyche, possibly. Yeah, are they not talking to Mancini? Apparently, Forest have made contact with Roberto Mancini about him becoming the next Forest manager. I think that would be a good move for Forest. I think that's one that would excite Forest fans again. Um, but they're in trouble. There's no doubt about it. At the moment, they're in trouble. And Brian saying a big up to Philly. Philly saying hello back. Ronnie saying, big up, Ronnie. Hope you're well. And then he follows it up by saying George Abbott Cup could be out of action for 4 months because of a quad injury. That's bad luck, isn't it? It's bad luck for him. It's bad luck for Spurs because I think he was doing some bits, wasn't he? He was starting a lot of games. Um, but you know what? Hopefully he comes back after Christmas, fit and ready, and puts in some more decent performances for Notts County. Is it Notts County he's with? Andrew saying Abbott could be out for 4 months with a quad. We will see. We will see. Hopefully not that long, but let's see how he does. Short saying Spence or Doggy to start. One is instrumental defending, the other was more progressive offensively. My money would be on Spence, to be honest. Okay, I was going to go the opposite. I would think Udogie would start at home. Um, I think Spence is the kind of defender. I think Spence is brilliant, by the way. I think Spence is the kind of defender that starts against Liverpool away, who will start probably maybe against Arsenal away, against United, against the big sides away from. I called United a big club, I know, but they are still a big club. Those kind of games, I see Spence starting in, even at home. But I think games that Spurs are expected to win at home, I see a doggy. I like the fact that he gives us that width, that he's left-footed, that he will put the ball in. His crossing needs to improve. There's no doubt about that. Udogie makes some really good runs, but his final ball at times is woeful. Needs a lot of work. But I like both of them. I really like Spence or Udogie. I haven't got an issue with either of them play shorts. Um, the right back is my problem. And I'll be honest, guys, I'm not a big Porro fan. I may get some stick for that. I'm just not a big Porro fan. I think he is poor defensively. I think he gets away with it because he can put a good cross in. I think he's too sloppy. I just think his head's in the clouds at times. For me, and I've said it before, I wouldn't have an issue if Spurs sold Porro in the summer. I'm not a massive Porro fan. Listen, he will come out of a goal. He'll probably score 25-yarder tomorrow and I'll be in the mud. But for me as a player, I want better. Um, so just an opinion. I'm not a big Porro fan. Um, so there, I said it. I said it. Um, and Shorts are saying true Nige, not to the Porro thing. I know. Nita's in the house saying good night, Nige, and chat. I hope you're well, Nita. I hope you're well. I got to stop saying things twice. Ellie saying, hi, Nige, good evening. We have to dominate that midfield area and Kudus and Xavi, like you say, to keep the click going. With Porro supporting the attack, we have to dominate and then we will take the 3 points. I agree 100%. And I haven't got a problem with Porro going that way. Is coming this way. This is my problem with him. Um, guys, let me know what you think about Porro. Am I being too harsh on him? I don't know. I don't know. Queen Ellie saying Porro, not Porto. I know who you meant. I know who you went. Finn saying, evening, Nigel in the chat. Good evening, Finn. I hope you're well, mate. And Queen Ellie saying, Scott, anything good to say about Spurs? You seem to big up other clubs so much, hun. I think Scott's just got a very high threshold of where he wants Spurs to be, and that's absolutely fine. We've all got opinions. I'm just happy that Spurs are not playing the crap like we were last season. So there's no doubt at some point I will be unhappy with Spurs, but right now I'm happy. I'm happy with where Tottenham are. Guy Thompson saying, "All right, mate. Big up, chat. All right, Guy. How you doing, mate? I hope you're well." And Lisa saying, "Big up, Philly. I hope you're good." Finn saying, "Mancini would be an interesting but ambitious appointment. Dyche, with all due respect, with setting in for mediocrity and just surviving." I agree. I do not see Marinakis going from Postecoglou to Dyche. I just don't see it. He, as much as we hate him because he's a bloody idiot, he is a winner. He wants to win with Forest. I say he's a winner. He's not really done much, but he wants to win. He's putting his money, his hands in his pocket, spending the money. He wants to make Forest successful. I don't see him bringing Dyche in. He will go big. He has to go big for me. I don't think the Forest fans would accept anything less. Um, Queen Lady saying, this one's for you, Scotch." And Brian saying, "Queen Ellie, how are you, hun? We still need to meet up. Now extended stay to 19th of November. You're still here, Brian. That's fantastic, mate. Yeah, I've had trouble getting to London. Work is dead, and yeah, I'm a bit skint at the moment. So it is what it is. We just like everyone in certainly in the UK, probably all over the world. Most of us work to survive. It is what it is. Need to send all of our games are going to be tough. I do believe Frank ain't sussed out the right position for the group of players we have for us right now. I agree. I agree. I think he's probably got three or four positions that he's got tied down, maybe five or six, but there's certainly at least three or four positions that he knows he can improve in. And yeah, it's not going to happen overnight. And we know that. We knew that when Frank came in. And I think most of us would have settled after finishing 17th last season. If we were 10th now, most of us would be okay with that. But we're better. We're doing better. We're in, I think, fifth. I'm going to bring the league table up quickly. Let's bring the league table up because I have got it here to hand. Here's the league table, and it is as follows: Arsenal at the top with City, who are apparently having a really bad season, suddenly up in the second. Liverpool third. Bournemouth having a really good season. That was a great game, wasn't it? Palace, Bournemouth today. And Spurs are in fifth on 14 points. We win tomorrow, we could be up to second at least for an hour or so. But it's so important the Spurs win tomorrow. So important that Tottenham win tomorrow and keep us in around it. But like I say, if we'd been where Everton are in 10th place, after last season, most of us would have accepted that. So for me, this is why I'm so happy and just like, yes, there are big problems at Spurs still, of course. But this is why I'm just really enjoying Tottenham at the moment. We're playing some good football. It's not great, it's not amazing. We haven't clicked yet, but defensively we look sound, and I am happy, really happy. Um, Guy saying, "Yo, there's a chat I'm in. Question: You can only bring one player back from the last 10 years into the current squad, and it's their prime version. Who you picking? One, only one, and not Kane. It's the only caveat." So easy for me. It's Bell. Um, we bring Bell back, and he literally wins us games on his own. Bell in those couple of it was 10 years ago, wasn't it? Or was it not 10? Well, he was at Spurs on loan for a season, wasn't he? So that counts. So yeah, for me, Bell, bring him back in his prime, and he wins us games. He can go on the left. He can be that left-sided player that we're missing out on at the moment, and we don't need a striker because Bell will do it all on his own. So for me, yeah, easy. Gareth Bale. Let us know what you think in the chat, guys. Who would it be for you? Who would it be for you? Adam's already answered it. I can see. Adam saying we should make a bid for Anderson and or give them Johnson. I agree. I would love Elliot Anderson. I think he's a fantastic player. And yeah, as much as I'd be sad to see Johnson go, I think it's time. I don't think he's clearly not a starter. He's not your first choice. And for me, if we can get some of our money back, if we get 35 million for Johnson, I would snap your hand off. Queen Lady saying, "Hey Brian, yes, a meetup would be great. Fancy Oh, I fancy Chinese. Do you like a Chinese?" Adam saying Vlahovic in Jan. Hopefully we get rid of Richie. I would love Vlahovic. Absolutely love Vlahovic. I think he's a fantastic player. And Adam saying Bell. Yeah, I agree. Bell. Henry Thong saying Villa team news. Well, as far as I'm aware, the players that not sure about Ollie Watkins, but from what I'm hearing, obviously they have a few players out in the midfield. I'm going to go to their squad again because I need to look. So Tielemans is out injured, and so is Anana. I know that Ross Barkley's still out. As far as I'm aware, that's their main injuries. I'm hearing that Tyrone Mings has a slight knock. He looks like he's probably going to be fit. And it will be Watkins, I would imagine. If not, Donny Marlin will be playing up front. Sancho, they're not sure about, could be back. But again, he's a player that hasn't really featured because a bit like Conan Moani, he's just not up to pace. Not up to pace of the Premier League yet. And yeah, for me, that's really bad professionalism um, from him. If it's true, if it's true, not so much Moani because he was expecting a transfer, but Sancho should be fit, and if he's not, that's an issue for me. Ryan said, Nige, how dare you? Porro slander will not be tolerated. And oh, it's in capitals, it was shouting. Yeah, I just don't, you know what? He just doesn't do it for me, Brian. I don't know why. He just doesn't do it for me. Um, like I say, he's got a great smile and a fantastic cross on him. And every now and again, he will score a blinder. But for me, I would be looking again, it would be one of the positions I'd be looking to fill next time. I haven't got a problem with Porro staying, but he wouldn't be my first choice if we can get someone better in. Um, we will see. We will see. But I agree with him. Yes, he is very much more of a wing back than a full back. Ronnie saying Villa, Vicario, Porro, Romero, Van der Ven, Udogi, Polinia Bentoncourt, Xavi, Tell, Mawani, Kudus, Subs, Kinski, Spence, Danzo, Gray, Bergvall, Sarr, Johnson, Oliver, Ritchie. I agree with most of that. I don't think Mawani will start. I'm taking it you're saying Mawani will start off the left there and not Tell. I think it will be Odebear, and I think Mawani will come on after like 65, 70 minutes. That's what I think. But other than that, I think the team's pretty much spot on for me. Finn saying Porro has always been more of a wing back than a fullback. I really like him, but for me, he doesn't overlap enough. Ah, I just think, one of the biggest things for me is not even it's not even the fact he gets caught out of position sometimes, which he does. It's more of the fact I just find him a little bit sloppy, a little bit casual sometimes with the ball, and I don't think you can be casual as a defender. Um, so for me, I don't know. It is what it is. Like I say, we can all like the same players. I'm just not overly keen on Porro. Short term, Porro are more of a wing back than a right back for short. Yep, agreed. And guys say Porro got no issue with him. That's cool. That's cool. Like I said, I haven't got a massive issue with him. He just, I, you know, I think our left back is sorted now with Spence and Udogi. I know Spence is right footed, but I think that left side is sorted. I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, we need need a new left back." I think we need a new right back, even if it's to give Porro competition, because I think it's Porro knows he's starting every week at the moment. Green Ellie saying Porro can be good and then he can be a liability, but going forward he's an asset. This is the thing. This is why I don't want him, and this is why I'm like, no. This is why I'm not sure. Um, 6'7" is that thing, isn't it? Anyone else hear that? My youngsters are constantly like, "Dad, say 6'7", and I'm like, "I don't even know what it means." So there you go. But yeah, he can be great, he can be poor, and I want someone who's gonna be great all the time. And this is the problem with Spurs, see, I don't want players who are inconsistent. I want players who are gonna be consistent every week. Um, Hopefully, Frank can bring the best out of him, but we will see. Ed MSM, he definitely has room to improve defensively. Agreed. And Short said, Finn, great minds. Mark Pitt saying, yeah, you are. But we all are opinions. Everyone's got opinions. It is what it is. Um, and Marianne's in the house. Good evening, Marianne. Hope you're well. Says, good evening, Nige, and the chat. I hope you're all well. We are really good, I think. I'm answering for everyone. I'm great. It is Saturday night. And I don't have to get up for work in the morning, so I may have a lie in. I say that I won't. I'll be up by 7 o'clock, and at the coffee shop by 8 o'clock. So happy days. Adam saying tough one tomorrow. I'm going for a 2-2. I think we win the game. I can see us winning 2-1. I think it's going to be tight. There's no doubt it's going to be a tight game, but I see us winning the game. See us winning the game 2-1. 2-1 win. And I think Xavi Simons will get his first Spurs goal um, at the lane in front of the fans. Philly saying that's an issue. Football positions need to be addressed. So many utility players makes it hard. Porro is a wing back. Asking him to defend is like asking Trent to defend their wing back. Yeah, quite possibly. Quite possibly. Um, you know, but this is the thing, isn't it? I agree 100%. But if Porro had the same output as Trent going forward, wouldn't have an issue. But for me, he hasn't. So listen, like I said, I'm not saying Porro's terrible. He's just not. He is just someone I'd be looking to see if we can get better in the summer. Need to send Porro drink a beer or a wine. Um, Porro is our workhorse. We ain't got too many of them on the pitch right now. Kudus and Xavi just come. I will say that for him. He does work hard. He does work hard. Billy saying big up to Lisa. Um, and them saying go big, Steve Bruce. I mean, that would be hilarious, wouldn't it? If Forest brought in Steve Bruce, but I don't think they will. Green Ellie saying I want us to be better too, but I'll always be honest. Scott, I know I love you. It's just a bit of banter. It is all banter, absolutely. Adam saying Ange Poster, no clue. Yes, he got sacked today. Sad times for Ange Postecoglou. But you know what? He'll get a massive payoff. He'll be happy. He'll be going back to wherever he goes on holiday, getting that steak cut for him again. He'll be loving life. Um, not bad little payout, is it, for 8 weeks? Well, it's not even 8 weeks. What was it, 4 weeks? So yeah. Guy saying, "Oh no, I'll be at the stadium tomorrow, dusting off the old ho 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 jumper." You're not wearing a Christmas jumper already, guys. Surely not. You must have like a Halloween jumper around somewhere that you could put on. Billy saying, "Big up to Lisa," and yeah, Scott M saying, "Always all good." Scott saying, yes, 10th would be a good finish this year. And this is why I'm positive, mate, because at the moment we're fifth. Win tomorrow, we could be second. So lots to be happy about. And, when it all comes crashing down, that is when I will be pissed off. Until then, I'm going to keep the positivity going. And yeah, let's see who's on the positivity train with me. Guys, are you on the positivity train? I need to find the old thingy bob. And I needed to say it then. Guys, are you on the positivity train with me? But, you know, um, yeah, I'm on that positivity train. We are going to be fine this season. We absolutely are. It's going to all be good. Queen Ellie saying, I love players who play for the badge. And although Porro can go hot and cold, what he's always done is give his all. Yes, we can get better defensively, but his offensively gives us extra. Yeah, maybe I'm seeing a different player. I don't know. I don't see that when I see him. I see him like capping a lot and going like that a lot, but what I also see is him being sloppy on the ball and casual and giving the ball away for no reason and playing blind pass. I don't know. Maybe we see something different. It's all good. Like I say, Porro will hit a 25-yard screamer tomorrow or free kick from 30 yards, and I will be doing a video saying that Porro was world class, of course, because this is what you've got to do. Mark Pitt saying, I hope that Liverpool start winning games as my cousin is a big Liverpool fan. Well, I hope they do as well, but no, who do we want to win tomorrow, Man United or Liverpool? Um, Less of a bad bunch, isn't it? I'd take a draw there, actually. I'd take a draw. Yes, I don't want Arsenal to win the league, of course, but I want us to win. I want us to be second for at least a week. That would be nice. And Short saying, if you're hard to beat, you're always in the game. Absolutely. And that's what Frank has made us now, isn't it? Finn saying Johnson is a painfully average footballer. He is. He seems like a really nice guy and someone that you could be mates with. But as a footballer, he's just a bit pants, isn't he? Billy saying Perisic is a player I would have at Spurs in his prime. Yeah, Perisic was top player, top player. Even at Spurs, he got scared again. He was one that played totally out of position. But his crossing when he got wide, got that ball in the box was absolutely beautiful. Lisa said has to be out of Elwood for me. Was that for his playing or his looks, Lisa? I'm thinking. I mean, out of Elwood was a fantastic, fantastic player. But yeah, good looking man as well. Short said Johnson is a one trick back pist. I nearly said back post pony. Unfortunately, he is. He is, but he did it. There was two crosses that come in against Leeds when I can remember saying to Sheriff, "Oh my God, if Johnson was playing, he would have had two tap-ins. 100% Johnson would have been there to put that ball in the net, and Kudus wasn't. But then Kudus just does what he does, bang, goal. Thank you very much. Yeah, so I think he is average, but there you go. Queen Ellie said, "Not Johnson, ole ole, Johnson, away away." Nice. Quite possibly. I think he's one of the first ones to go. If we are gonna look to sell players when they have a high value, I think now's the time to sell Johnson because I only see it going down. I don't see him starting many games for Spurs. On the back of last season, when he was, let's be honest, his goal scoring was fantastic. If he didn't score the goals he scored, we'd be in the championship now. We'd be in the championship. Let it sink in. We would be. No matter how crap he is, his goals kept us in the Premier League in the end. And I know that we were never in danger of going down, but take those goals away, and we're in real trouble. So now's the time to sell. I think when his stock is quite high. I think if he plays all season, hardly gets any game time, and does the same next season, we ain't getting any money back for him. So for me, sell him and sell him as soon as possible. Finn saying Luka Modric, for me, he's still two on this day was slot into our midfield and run the games. Even at 40 odd, he's still magician. Absolutely bang on, mate. Luka Modric, what a beautiful footballer. And this is why I find it so depressing actually watching Spurs a lot of the time now, because we don't have those players anymore. The Modric's, the Van der Vaarts. I mean, I know, yeah, Xavi Simons might become that. Hopefully he will. But Jermaine Defoe, who was so underrated, I think, at Spurs. I loved Defoe, but I was a massive Robbie Keane fan. And it was always seemed to be Keane or Defoe. They did play together, but not too many times. It was usually Keane or Defoe. And then the bigger striker next to him, whether that would be a Mido or a Crouch or a Pavlyuchenko. All of them. All of them. I would love Pavlyuchenko in this Tottenham side now because he was different. For me, Pavlyuchenko is twice the player Richarlison is. But yeah, we haven't got those players. Like I said, Jermaine Defoe, shooting, no back lift at all. Absolutely brilliant striker. Cookie's back. Hello, chaps. Hello, Cookie. Hope you're well, mate. Marianne says, evening, Cookie. Hope you're well. And Cookie said, hello back. Let's go into it a little bit. Paul Bryan is in, said, evening, Nigel in the chat. Hopefully everyone's well. I think everyone's well, mate. Hope you are too. And Queen Ellie saying Cookie's in the house. Yeah, Cookie is back from his holiday, and we are back tomorrow for the watch along. And hopefully, it's going to be a fantastic afternoon watching Spurs winning against Aston Villa at home. We certainly need to pick this home form up. We've been disappointing, I think, this season at home. Much better away. Guys, let me know in the comments. Is the home form a concern for you? Because for me, it really is. We are not, we're not playing great at home. And I don't know whether it's the pressure in front of the fans or whether, like I say, teams are just playing in a low block. But Bournemouth didn't play in a low block. Bournemouth attacked us and they absolutely um, took us to the cleaners, didn't they? So it is a concern, the home form. Hopefully tomorrow things change. But I think until we get the players in their proper positions, until we get maybe players back from injury, see Mawani, fit Mawani, bit Solanke, and fit Kulu back, I think we're looking like a different side then. And wasn't it good? Just going off topic quickly, wasn't it nice? Anyone see the Madison um, thing on his own channel? Absolutely brilliant. Loved watching it. Massive Madison fan anyway. So many people saying Madison's done, Madison's finished. I don't believe it. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. He's only 28. He's 29 next birthday. He's in his prime. The surgeon said the injury, yeah, though it's bad, is not the worst he's seen. He will come back fine. There's a 2% chance it could happen again. Yes, there's a risk, but I don't think there's any reason why Madison can't come back just as good as last time, if not better. I'm gonna be positive. I can't wait to see Madison back in a Spurs shirt. Yeah, anyone else see it, it just pulls at your heartstrings, makes you realise that these footballers that we idolise, that we look up to, that we expect so much from, they are just human beings, and it is what it is. Guy saying 6 to 7 is stupid internet thing the kids are doing. Best leave it out in it. Yeah, I agree. I don't even know what it means, so I am not going to do that. You will not see that again from me. Um, but there you go. Cookie saying big up to Philly and big up to Guy and to Ellie. Nita saying we still need to find consistency. Injuries, yes, I do believe we have lacked developing players for a long time, and this is a big problem. We have, but hopefully now, Nita, with the management team that we have, hopefully we will start to develop these players that we have. I think we will. I think we will. Like I say, lots to be excited about at the moment for Spurs. For me, I've got nothing to be negative about apart from Pedro Porro, who I've absolutely slated this stream. I'm sorry, Pedro. I didn't mean to go at you, but I just started and I couldn't stop. You know, when you start something, you're like, I'm in it now. I can't get out, so I'm just going to carry on. It was a bit like that with Pedro. I'm sorry, buddy. If you're watching, I know that Pedro watches all the Spurs channels, especially the small ones. So yeah, have a good game tomorrow, mate, and I'll be cheering you on. Philly says Porro would play better in a three-man defense, playing a back two highlights the weaknesses defensively. Yes, I agree. Yeah, he would be so much better as a wing back, getting forward, getting those crosses in. Trouble is, Frank doesn't really play that way, does he? I know every now and again he might play three at the back, but they're few and far between. Let's just hope he picks up a bit of form, and I won't be moaning anymore. Ben said, my heart's going 2-1, but my head says 2-2. I don't know which to choose. Well, if you're like most Spurs fans, mate, you will literally change your mind right up until the minute, maybe even 10 minutes in. Um, yeah, I'm constantly changing what I think, but I've stuck with 2-1 this week. I think it'll be a tight game, but I think Spurs just about shade it. And short saying, Billy, bang on, brother. Andrew Gregory said, if you don't rate Porro, you must be drinking the wrong beer, Nige. Maybe I am. Maybe, like I say, I'm seeing something so much different than everyone else. But listen, it's not that I don't rate him. It's just that he would be look at someone I'd be looking to replace in the coming season. Finn saying, I hope with the news today, the whole Ange who can finally end. Absolutely. Though I am hearing a lot of people saying, oh, he wasn't given enough time. He was, listen, it is what it is. He has got an awful Premier League record. If you look at his record, it is not good. But I don't want to talk about Ange Postecoglou because he's not been our manager for a while. We have Thomas Frank in charge, and we are going places under him. Eric saying 4 weeks in 39 days. Are we talking about Christmas? I hope not. I hope not. Um, Finn is on the train. Yes, get in. Scott is absolutely not on the train. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. It's fine, mate. You stay off. We'll come round and we'll pick you up later on. And I'm sure you'll be on it then. Guy saying, I'm super positive, mate. I've been to the stadium and the atmosphere is completely different. No more Levy talk. No more Ange talk. People are positive. And that's the other thing, isn't it? Levy has gone. Levy is not there anymore. And if we have to be positive about that, right? Because it's what so many of us have been going on about for years that how, we wanted Levy out. For me, I want to change. I want to change more than anything. Well, I've certainly got change. There's no doubt about that. Levy's gone. The whole boardroom at the top has changed. And Enoch are putting money into the club. How much more they put in, how far it goes, how much goes to the team, who knows? We will find out. But right now, until until we know, I'm going to be positive. Um, Eric saying absolutely yes. Eric is on the train. Choo choo, get in. Mark saying at me, I like to say Liverpool to beat Man United. Yeah, I mean it's always nice seeing United lose, isn't it? But we will see what happens. Guy saying, a back piss pony. How many of you berries have you had? I know, mate. I know. Can't talk at the best of times, let alone when I've had a beer. Sonny J saying Johnson was our top scorer last season and scored the winner in the cup final. Stop dissing him. When we've not got better, he's better than Towley. I don't think anyone's dissing him as a goal scorer. As a goal scorer, he's fantastic. As a player, he's bloody awful. Um, I just think we've got to get out as a fan base. For me, we want players who are going to improve the team. Yeah. We want players who are going to constantly improve the team. Now, Johnson was fantastic last season, scored a lot of goals, and like I said, kept us in the Premier League with his goals effectively. And I mean, he was in the position in the Europa League final. Whether he actually scored or not, I don't know, but it went down as a Johnson goal, so we take it. So he becomes a Tottenham legend. He becomes a Tottenham hero for that very moment. And the goals he scored last season. He's already proved this season that he can score goals. No doubt about it. My question to you, son, is where does he fit in? Where does he fit in this team? Because for me, he's not a starter. He's not a striker to start with. He's more of an inside forward. He's not a winger. So where does he start? This is the problem. I don't see where he plays games. And the reason I'm saying we should sell him is because if he's not playing for Spurs, his value is going to drop. And we've got a big problem at this club. We've had it for many years that we keep players too long and then they lose their value and we get next to nothing for them. So at some point, we've got to start selling them at the right time. And for me, if we're going to sell Johnson, it would be now. It would be either January or the summer. Um, let's see what happens. No one's dissing him. He's been fantastic for us in front of goal. But let's be honest, as a player, he's not one that gets you off your seat, is he? But it is all about opinions. Queen Ellie saying, breaking news, and your real story behind the sacking. He ate all the meat at his barbecue and left Marinakis going home unfed. Well, I think that would annoy him. That would annoy him for sure. Though I think he'd be okay for a couple of months without food. Um, it is what it is. Um, but yeah, I like it, Queen Ellie. Mark Pitt saying Johnson did not score in the final as a Luke Shaw own goal. I think it probably was a Luke Shaw own goal, but at the same time, he certainly made, Luke Shaw make the mistake to put it in his own net. He was there or thereabouts, wasn't he? Um, but there you go. Lisa saying, nice, you know me so well. Obsessed. Absolutely. Absolutely. Ellie saying, Guy, honestly, the 8 matches without a win, I feel I may have something to do with it. I do feel for Ange a little bit. I've got to be honest. I do feel for Ange a little bit, but you know, what can you do? Justin saying, good evening, Nige. Ange effect was all on the show at Forest. He did nothing at Spurs and drained the pond to get the ego trophy. Absolutely. He gave up everything to win a trophy that on the day we could have lost. I mean, we didn't. So, but for me, it's not, like I said, I don't want to go on about Ange Postecoglou too much. For me, he's not good enough. He's shown his level and he should now maybe give up the Premier League dream for a bit. Go and manage a Scottish team or a Turkish team or a team where maybe, listen, the Premier League is the toughest league in the world. There's no doubt about it. Um, I don't know. I just don't think he should be doing this anymore. Go to another club, be successful, build your reputation back up. Because there's no doubt this would have hurt his reputation. He kind of survived the Tottenham one because he won a trophy. This Forest job, which he should never have taken, I don't think, will really hurt his reputation. But that's just my opinion. Sonny saying he did score in the final, came off his studs. Next thing you're saying, it was never our top scorer next. Stop dissing him. in the build-up. We know his weaknesses, but he's the best finisher. Yeah, I don't think anyone's denying that, Sonny. Don't think anyone said that he's not our best finisher, have they? So I'm just waiting. No, don't think they have. But as you just said, we know his weaknesses, and as a fan, we're going to mention his weaknesses. Just like I said, he was fantastic last season in front of goal. Oh, I'm not going to say a word. Tottenham Logic, big up, Alan. I hope you're well. Says, hello, mate. Richarlison and Biss to sell before Johnson, in my opinion. Musa Dembele was one of my favourites. Skill, power, strength, and press resistant. Beast of a midfielder and ball progression too. Yeah, absolutely brilliant player. Dembele was fantastic. Great Spurs player. And it's one of those, it was a weird one, wasn't it? Because when he first come to Tottenham, he wasn't great, but he was played more as was he more of a number 10, more of a number 8? It wasn't until he got moved back into that number 6 role, he really become that like all action midfielder. And yeah, absolutely loved him. I thought he's a great player. And I agree. I think, like I say, with Charleston and Biss, I think Bissouma's gone anyway. I really think he'll be gone in January. I agree with Charleston needs to go. I would start with Charleston and Basuma and probably Solanke before Johnson. I'm just saying, like I said, my point was if we're going to be a big club, we need to start selling players at the right time. And for me, we can get better than Johnson. Now would be a good time to sell, just like it would be for other players as well. Need to say, we ain't Barcelona or PSG. We are Tottenham Hotspur, Tottenham till I die. Memories by the score, love it. Absolutely. I love that bit of passion. Then saying, if last season promoted teams were this season promoted teams, then we could have gone down. Agreed. Agreed. We stayed up by hook or by crook last season. We were never really in danger of going down. But when you look at that table at the end of the season, I tell you what, if it wasn't for Johnson, just saying. Billy said 100% Nige, full agreement. Spurs do need to sell the likes of Johnson and Solanke to at least get a chance of getting decent money, because the more they stay at Spurs, the more the value goes down. And that was my point. Exactly was my point, mate. It's not me saying I want players out. It's me saying if we want the best price for them, sometimes we got to sell them when we got to sell them. And it is what it is. I can remember letting Ericsson go for next to nothing. What a top player he was for us. If we had sold him a couple of years before, we would have got a good value for him. Dele Alli, we were talking, and what were they talking? 50, 60, 70, 100 million for him. A couple of seasons later, he goes for nothing. So it is what it is. We've got to learn as a club. And I know as fans, we don't care. As fans, we don't care. We just want to see them play for the club. We don't care if they go for nothing or go for 100 million. Don't bother us. But if we want to be successful, we want to be sustainable. If we want to bring that revenue in to improve our team, we have to sell players too. And selling them at the right time is important. Finn said last season's short said Defoe was clinical, one touch set and bang. Yeah, he was a top striker. Was underappreciated, I think, by so many, just because we had so many good strikers at the club at the time. And yeah, now what would you go for Defoe? I mean, seeing Defoe in the preseason game, not the preseason, the Legends game, still as sharp as a button. I reckon he could play for Spurs now. Absolutely brilliant striker. Guy saying home form is a massive concern, and it's our bloody stadium. I ain't paying for tickets to run through. It is a concern. I think we'll be all right. I think we'll be all right. I really do. Um, Sonny's saying we need to sell Tal and Odebear before the likes of Johnson. Well, yes, probably. Tal I'd agree with. I think again, he is a kid, so he's still learning his trade. But for me, we should never have bought him. Odebear, I'm kind of on the fence with. I'm kind of thinking he certainly hasn't got the end product that we want. But what do we do? Is it maybe time to give him a loan? Listen, I wouldn't be against selling either of them, but I don't know. If we're selling both, maybe if we're going to sell both, I'd sell Tau, keep Odebear, maybe again, but we need to improve on both. But I think Odebear, I definitely think there's a player there. And for what I've seen of him, I like him. I like him. He just needs to be a bit braver with the ball. I think for me, he takes the easy option. bit too much sometimes. Alan saying home form needs to improve. Frank will turn it around like he did at Brentford. I agree 100%, mate. It's going to take him a while. It's not going to happen overnight, but I really do think that Frank will get the best out of this squad, and our home form will improve. Hopefully, starting tomorrow night. I really hope it will start tomorrow night. Guy saying Madison ain't finished, and it was a great vid. His surgeon was the same as mine when my kneecap got reconstructed out. That sounds painful. Um, yeah, I don't envy you. That sounds painful, mate. It really does. Um, oof, nasty. Vincent, the way we're playing at the moment suits us playing away from home. We need to be more imaginative when we're on the break team. When we, if we are to break teams down at home, but that will come. I agree 100%. And once Xavi Simmons gets settles into that number 10 role, hopefully get some players around him. I think we're going to be a pretty decent team. I really do. I think defensively, we are pretty sorted. Um, but there's definitely positions we need to fill. Guys, what positions would you fill? Um, we're talking left wing, we're talking striker. Would you have another midfielder, another defender? Do we need another keeper? Um, Let us know what you think in the chat. I'm going to go for about another 10 minutes. Paul said, Nige, reading out who used to play for us is criminal, wouldn't it? I know. It's it just takes you back though, doesn't it? It takes you back. Scott M saying, don't worry, Nige, I can easily cover all the many negatives that we have at the club. I know you can, mate. Absolutely. And I look forward to hearing all of it. It keeps me grounded. Keeps me grounded. You know, when I'm getting too ahead of myself and I'm like, oh, actually, really could do that. I just read one of your comments and I'm like, yeah, maybe. All right, maybe we won't do that this season, but it's always good to hear that the positives and the negatives. Sonny's saying we've won like 3 out of 4 home games in 17. Frank's had a couple too. Hope we win, but playing convincing. Yeah, we haven't clicked, have we yet? But for me at the moment, it's just all about getting results, and hopefully we will start clicking as the season goes on. And if we're winning games now and we're not clicking, imagine what it's going to be like when we start clicking. That is a scary thought. It really is. Philly saying, I feel for Madison, but some of these massive injuries take time. It's a very similar to Bentancur and his ACL. Madison will always be a good player, but he won't be the same. I'm not sure, mate. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna, I get what you're saying, but I don't agree with that yet. I'll come back to you in a year's time. But even in the video, you had Madison talking to Bentancur and Bentancur saying, yeah, same, but Bentancur's was worse, wasn't it? Because I think Madison's just torn his ACL, whereas Bentancur had done something else as well, which is why it was more difficult for him to come back, and maybe why he's not the same player. There's no doubt, listen, Madison's a player that twists and turns, so it is going to be difficult, but a lot of it's in the head, and if he can sort his head out, I think he'll be all right. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. And Cookie member for 2 months and smash those likes and continue to sub people. Absolutely. Keep smashing those likes. And if you're new here and you haven't subbed, please sub. I really would appreciate it. Chasing down 1300, like I said, it's been a slow process, but I love it. I love talking to you guys. And I love talking all things Spurs. Queen Ellie saying we gave Real Madrid our 2 best talents in Bale and Modric. We need some payback. Sell us Valverde and Gula, please. Yeah, I take both of them. Thank you very much. Yeah, that would be nice. Imagine that. That would be some team. We'd be some team then. Ghost is saying, big up Nigel in the chat. Big up to Ghosted. I hope you're well, mate. Anita said, Madison, forget about him right now. He ain't on the pitch. Back in Frank to bring success, bring it for us for the players that are available for him. There are too many games in the mix. Absolutely. There are. Yeah, Madison's probably not going to play this season anyway. He might get back for the end of the season, but it will be the odd 10 minutes here and there, last 2 or 3 games, I would think. So you're right. We have got to forget about Madison. I just thought it was a really interesting little documentary on his channel and shows you what footballers go through when they're injured and what their families go through as well. Finn said Madison for me is technically our best player alongside Kudus and hopefully Simmons. Soon we will need to add more quality going forward. Hopefully in January, Finn. Hopefully in January we need something, don't we? We need something. Sonny's saying I'd even take Rudiger. Queen Annie heard he's falling out of favour. Or having a ruck with Bellingham. Oh, did he have a ruck with Bellingham? Interesting. Didn't know that. Um, You know what? I think Rudiger's a top defender. He's getting on a bit now, isn't he? How old is he? What, 32, 33? I mean, I say getting on. Oh, to be 32 or 33 again. But yeah, I take him. An experienced defender, been there, seen it, done it, won the lot. Absolutely. If we could get him for next to nothing, I would take him. Eric said, nice. What's your score prediction for tomorrow? I think Spurs win it 2-1. I think it's going to be a tight game. And I think Xavi Simons scores his first goal for Spurs. So, guys, give us your predictions in the chat before we go. Don't forget to smash that like, hit that subscribe if you're new here. Um, and Queen Ellie saying Rudiger won that fight. He is a beast of a man, isn't he? Imagine just meeting him down a dark alley. Absolutely terrify you. Scary, scary man. But yeah, fair play. Fair play if Bellingham got in a bit of a scrap with him. Marianne saying Kane had a fantastic game for Bayern today. Playing great all over the pitch. Hope he will return for us one day. I would love Kane back. For me, said it before, said again, the best footballer in world football right now. The best footballer, as in what he does all over the pitch. Goal scorer, his passing, his heading, his everything, his strength, his defensive headers. He's just fantastic footballer. And yeah, it's hopefully Marianne, he comes back for a couple of years to Spurs because I don't think he's coming back like I can remember when Teddy come back, and it was great to have Teddy back, but he wasn't the same player. Um, I think the likes of Kane coming back would be slightly different because I think he is just world class, and I think he will be world class for the next 3 or 4 years at least. So I'd love him back at Spurs. Some people say they don't rate him. I don't understand it. I really don't. Guy saying Sonny J and Cooks would be best friends due to their love of Brenda. Just wondering which position they would take. Uh, I'm not sure whether Cooks loves Brenda. I think Sheriff loves Brenda. But maybe Cookie does love Brenda. I don't know. Do you, Cook? Green A saying the problem with Johnson, he costs us more matches through his poor play. It's difficult to fit him in, isn't it? It's difficult where he fits because yes, finishing wise, he's the best at the club. Um, but he does nothing else. Let's be honest. Vendetta, big up, mate. Saying love to make our ground a fortress statement from Frank. Basis of any successful club. Let's start showing it tomorrow. Absolutely, it is massive, massive that we start winning games at home and really make our ground tough for teams to come. It's such a nice ground, though, isn't it? Everyone comes in, it's just like, wow, I want to play here. Um, yeah, so it's going to be hard to do that. The fans have to do their bit, and hopefully, the club going forward will realise this and maybe sit these hardcore fans in the right area so we can get a bit of an atmosphere going. But we will see. Um, Short End Johnson, host of the Back Post Night. Absolutely. Absolutely. He's the back post king, isn't he? Vincent Johnson can't kill a ball dead. He can't link play, doesn't run in channels enough, doesn't hold up the play, can't dribble and can't cross that Brennan Johnson as a footballer. Yeah, it is. That is it's hard to disagree. But what he can do is score goals. He's the only footballer I've ever known that can't do any of that but can score goals. It's a real shame. I think he'll have a great career somewhere. I just don't see him. If Spurs want to be that side that want to challenge for the top honours, I don't see Johnson as a player that will get into the Tottenham squad. but we will see. Marianne saying he was head and shoulders above any of the players on both teams. Andrew saying maybe Anne should go back to Walkabout Creek. I think he'd probably take them down as well. But Scott saying I will say he's not our best finisher. Who do you say is our best finisher, Scott? Just off hand. I'm trying to think of the players we got, and I'm thinking Johnson is the only one who Johnson's the only one who, when he clings to, I'm thinking he scores. Everyone else, I'm just like, oh, I'm not sure. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I'm gonna go for another 5 minutes, I think. Keep taking the thing. I'm getting tired. Queen Eddie saying, send him Johnson. He's not good enough. He loses the ball, can't cross, and doesn't beat his man. He's hardly ever helped Porro. He's lazy and very poor footballer who costs us more than he gives us in goals. And that is Brennan Johnson. Sunny J saying, funny comment on Ange. Ellie, I heard the real truth. He got sacked was that Wolfie got caught impersonating him at a training session. And he was a stunt devil. Had to rub my eyes and look twice. I mean, Wolfie does look like Ange Postecoglou. Better looking version, I will say, in fairness to Wolfie. But yeah, no, it is true. Billy said Ange's record of winning a trophy in his second season is over, as he won't get a chance of a second season at Nottingham Forest. Didn't even get a chance at the first season, let's be honest, did he? But he had to go. Had to go. I'm just skipping through a few comments because I am going to be calling it a night in a minute. Guys, before we go, give me a score prediction for tomorrow. We will be back tomorrow at 1:30 on the Two Mark Show for a watch along. So tune in for that. And it should be a good show. We're just going to have a laugh. And hopefully Spurs will give us a victory. I was just reading Scott M's comment here. He's saying in the starting 11, we need a left wing striker, 8, depth in right back, keeper, defensive midfielder, 2 attackers. I'd agree with absolutely everything you said, mate. Absolutely everything you said. I think you're absolutely bang on. Absolutely bang on. We are still really short in so many areas. And this is why I'm so positive at the moment, because we're doing so well, even though we're still that short. Um, Left wing striker, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 more players. 8 more players. And Scott will be happy. So, but I'd agree with that. I think we do need that many players. But if we can keep winning while we haven't got those players, I am happy. Phil saying, big up, Nige. Spurs are quietly going along with their business at the moment. We are going to be fine this season. Home win tomorrow. Come on, you Spurs. Big up, Phil. Hope you're well, mate. And I agree with you, mate. We are, just going about our business nice and quietly. And like I say, just really happy with the way things are going at the moment for Spurs. Andrew Gregg is saying Matty Cash is sure of his usual warm welcome. Yes, absolutely. Hopefully, you get a good kick in. And Phil Coy says Bentancur did his meniscus as well. That's right, he did. Yes. So his injury was kind of twice as bad. But that is the way it is. So Sniper Gaming saying Frank cannot go with Polinia, Bentancur plus one other. Move Xavi to left wing and drop Odebear. This is on Frank to get selection correct. Otherwise, it will be another Bournemouth and Wolves shit show. Xavi has to play in a 10 for me. But I don't know. It's a difficult one, isn't it? For me, to get the best out of Xavi, I play him in the 10. But it wouldn't surprise me if he played left side as well. I think it's a difficult one to call. It's a difficult one to call. Let's see what happens. Let's go to a couple of predictions. 2-1 Spurs from Finn. I agree. Phil Coy saying 2-0 to Spurs. Telling Kudos. I would take that all day long. So Sniper saying Rudiger is and completely off the pace. I'll be the first to admit not seeing him at Madrid this year, but obviously the last couple of years he's been decent. So yeah, I'd agree. He is a bit of a C, but Maybe we need a few of those. Guy saying, yes, Nigel is the best footballer. He's my English goat. Is that someone at the door this time? And Scott M saying 2-0 to Villa. Come on, Scott. You don't believe that. You don't believe that. Surely. Surely not. Phil laughing at Scott M. I think we win tomorrow. I think we win tomorrow, mate. Cookie said, absolutely no, not as a total player, Nige. Brenda is not for me. That's what I thought you were going to say, mate. That's what I thought you were going to say. Guys, I am going to leave it there because I am getting tired. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Smash a like on the way out if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't as well. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for joining me, guys. We will be back tomorrow on the 2 Mark Show for the watch along. It should be a good one and hopefully 3 points for Tottenham. Guys, have a great Saturday night. Have a great Sunday. And as always, stay positive, stay poised, and stay